There was disappointment, rebellion there was not. To the toil the Anunnaki returned. In the House of Life, in the Abzu, how to fashion the being Enki to Ninhursag was explaining. To a place among the trees, Ninhursag he directed, a place of cages it was. In the cages there were odd creatures, their likes in the wild no one had seen. Foreparts of one kind they had, hind parts of another creature they possessed. Creatures of two kinds by their essences combined to Ninhursag, Enki was showing. To the House of Life they returned, to a clean place with brightness shining they led Ninhursag. In the clean place, Ningish Sida to Ninhursag, the life essence secrets were explained. Creations of the Anunnaki, but living beings. He disclosed that they possessed immortal souls and had special genes in their blood, granting them greater power than their creators once activated. This revelation shattered the illusion of godhood, and Eve's worship gene component was deactivated, exposing the Anunnaki's masquerade to Eve and the knowledge of good and evil. Upon Adam's return, Eve shared the forbidden knowledge, causing them both to have a cognitive dissonance and fear. Fleeing, they concealed their nakedness beneath veils of leaves, evading the vigilant gaze of angelic guards. News reached Enlil, also known the Lord Satan of the Eden. In the cool of the day, Enlil
When these Supreme Court justices stood before the Senate to get
from horizon to the midst of heaven like flaming dragon it was stretched, 1 league was its head. "50 leagues in length it was, or eyes of earth it darkened. By night, upon the face of the moon a spell of darkness it cast. To her brothers, the celestials, asked for help was calling. Fierce was the encounters of the ancient peace of Tiamat, straying towards the solar system cause of disruption. A tempest of clouds upon the moon was raised. By its foundations was the moon shaken. From the impact of the moon quake and shake. Then the heavenly havoc was calmed. The great beast with distant abode in the deep was returning. Mars, its dwelling place, did not abandon. The stony missiles upon the earth and Mars ceased their raining. Enki and Enlil with Marduk and Ninurta gathered, a surveying of the havoc they undertook. The foundations of the earth Enki surveyed, of what its platforms had befallen he examined. The depths of the
I get my pointy ears from Bill or something.
darkness it cast. To her brothers, the celestials, Mars for help was calling. Fierce was the encounters of the ancient peace of Tiamat, straying towards the solar system cause of disruption. A tempest of clouds upon the moon was raised. By its foundations was the moon shaken. From the impact did the moon quake and shake. Then the heavenly havoc was calmed. The great beast to its distant abode in the deep was returning. Mars, its dwelling place, did not abandon. The stony missiles upon the earth and Mars ceased their raining. Enki and Enlil with Marduk and Ninurta gathered, a surveying of the havoc they undertook. The foundations of the earth Enki surveyed, of what its platforms had befallen he examined. The depths of the oceans he measured, in earth's far corners the mountains of gold and copper he scanned. Of the vital gold there will be no shortage, this was Enki saying. In the Eden, Ninurta was the surveyor, where mountains trembled and valleys shook. In his skyship he soared and journeyed. The landing platform was intact. In the valleys of the north, the earth fiery liquids from volcanoes pouring. So was Ninurta to his father Enlil telling, sulfuric mists and bitumens he was discovering. On Mars, the atmosphere was damaged, dust storms left no life, and work is interfering. Marduk to Enki was saying, to Earth return I wish. To his father he disclosed. Enlil to his olden plans betook himself. What cities and their tasks he planned he reconsidered. A chariot place in the Eden must be established. To the others he was saying. The olden designs of the layout on the crystal tablet to them he showed. The conveying from the landing place to the way station on Mars is no longer certain. To soar toward Nibiru from Earth we must be able. So was Enlil to them saying. For the count since the first splashdown, the count of 80 shars it was. Now this is the account of the journey to the moon by Enki and Marduk, and how Enki the three ways of heaven and the constellations determined. Let the place of the chariots near Bad Tibira, the metal city, be established. Therefrom let the gold from earth to Nibiru in the celestial chariots directly be carried. Enlil to the words of Ninurta, his son, gave heed. Of his son's wisdom he was proud. Enki to Anu the king conveyed Enlil's plan. Let a place.
You have to get permission from some Anunnakis to build on Mars. That's somebody's message. I don't see.